What's happening, world? Anthony Cometa here with my good friend and business partner, Mr.
Nick Carlson. How you guys doing?
And you are tuning in with us for a special event. It is episode 5 of Knowledge Knugs. Yes, you heard it right. That's...
Wait, what happens when we run out of fingers?
Oh my gosh. For episode numbers?
Yeah, like 11 or like 23.
Tune in for episode 11 to see what we do with our hands. But anyways... On today's episode, really quick, wanted to leave you with a nugget of information that we applied to our business directly today. Nick and I we've endeavored to write a book, which is a incredibly daunting, overwhelming, complicated, complex process that is not that lucrative, apparently, and
no more money in books.
No, and it's a complicated process, and we didn't really know where to start. And we took this quote and we applied it, and by the end of the process today, we have a very clear vision of what we want to accomplish with this book. And the quote goes like this, and I don't know where I heard it from, but you might be familiar with it. Here it goes. If you can't explain it to a 5-year-old, then it's too complicated. It is your process, your product, your service, your business, the topic that you want to talk about in front of a crowd. You're a presenter, you're in a sales pitch, whatever it might be. If you can't explain it to a 5-year-old, then it's too complicated. And we took that directly and applied it to what we were going to do today, and it worked. By the end of it, we had a very clear picture of what we wanted to accomplish with the novel, what we wanted to talk about, an outline and a brief description of exactly what we wanted to do. You know, it wasn't as complicated anymore.
Yeah, okay, so I had no idea what I was getting into. Anthony has a little bit more of a background when it comes to writing than I do, so...
Hardly.
When we first started, we have a whiteboard that we work on, and literally we go to it every single day. So we started today, we do every other day, and that's, just writing. And an hour and a half, 2 hours went by, and we had literally made no progress. Honestly, we just confused the hell out of each other. we weren't even sure it was a good idea anymore. And we kind of took a step back and realized that we were really overthinking it. And overthinking can literally lead to the death of doing, which it almost did. And what we realized, again, was we had to make it really, really simple. We had to make it so simple that everybody could understand it. And when we broke it down into very, very manageable steps, it became far clearer, a lot less overwhelming. In other words, you have to be able to have somebody have like an aha moment. Like they have to literally, like, you pitch your idea and they go, oh, yeah, completely, love it, do it. I mean, how about you? Is there anywhere in your personal life?
Well, I think what you talked about, overthinking is the death of doing. Mm-hmm. Is that what you said?
Yeah, overthinking leads to the death of doing.
Yeah, and I think we do that. A lot of people do that. They have ideas that are incredible, but when it comes time to execute, they can't really explain to themselves, okay, what do I need to do to accomplish this? What do I need to do to take that next step, to get to that next level? They overcomplicate things so much that they don't ever do anything. I think that's a really...
Yeah, it's also referred to like as analysis to paralysis. So like you try to analyze
something... You're just
something,
full of adages today.
Completely.
Oh my goodness.
You try to analyze something so much and you break it down and you create all of these problems that literally don't exist and that, would be completely rectified by just taking action. And I mean, something that like I do in my daily life, we have so much stuff that we're working on right now that if I couldn't, I'm a list builder. Like I make huge lists of step-by-step things that I can follow. And if I didn't do that, oh my God, I'd curl up in a ball and I'd die.
Not only would he be lost, but we would be lost.
So I make these very detailed lists, and they're not detailed in the sense of like, they're elaborate, but they're step by step. I could hand my list, like I did this when I was in management, I could write these lists out and I would hand them to people, and it was A through Z what you need to do to a finished product. Mm-hmm. And that's just one way that I know I apply it to my life. I mean, what about you? Is there anything that you do?
Well, I can think of a past example. For instance, I was in a business where I was presenting for 3.5 years, and every time I presented, I knew that I had to get my sales pitch down to a T where the people that I'm talking to, I need to treat them like literally this is so foreign to them. It's like rocket science. mechanical engineering to a liberal arts major, right? Like it's just completely
missing the target.
And so I really brought it down to that simplified level, and I actually noticed that it was really it was much easier to connect on an emotional basis with people when you get down to the bare thing that you're trying to get across, right? When you take out all of the fluff and all of the things that aren't necessary, and you get down to really a simplified pitch, in my case, it really, really opens the doors to connect with people emotionally.
It becomes far more powerful and profound, actually.
Yeah. The simpler it is, the more profound.
Mm-hmm.
That was profound.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Nice job.
Hey, good job.
Hey, episode 5. Thanks for tuning in. We're gonna get better, so you should probably keep watching.
Like we said,
if not for just to see what we do at episode 11 with our hands, right?
Right. Skip ahead.
Exactly, or just wait. I mean, if we're that unbearable, then just wait. But thank you for tuning in. If you can't explain it to a 5-year-old, then it's too complicated in all areas of life. And have a great evening.
Hit the subscribe button below.